Okay, as always, we follow the same recipe. We start by learning from others, and then we do a physical practice to kind of get the mind into the body, and then we end with a seated meditation. And I just remind myself over and over again, I don't have to like the messenger. I can still learn from the person. So we don't have to like Dalai Lama. We don't have to agree with him. But if my experience is that I can learn from anyone, and that makes me a winner, so to speak. Okay, when we practice developing equanimity, sometimes it's helpful to use visualization. For example, you can imagine 3 different individuals in front of you. Someone who is very close to you, someone you regard as an enemy and whom you dislike, and then someone who is completely neutral and to whom you feel indifferent. Then let your natural emotions and thoughts arise in relation to these 3 individuals. Once you're able to allow your natural feelings to arise, you will notice that towards the loved one, you feel a sense of closeness and also great attachment. Towards the person you dislike, you may feel hostility and a sense of distance. And that towards the individual who is neutral, you will hardly feel any emotion at all. Okay, so how can we practice this in the physical practice? So what I heard, Dalai Lama divides people into 3 groups. People that we love, and we feel close to them, and we might be attached. Attachment is not a good thing. We might be attached to them. That's one group. That could be the left sitting bone. And the right sitting bone could be people that we dislike, that we feel his hostility towards, and we want to keep them at the distance. That could be the right sitting bone. And then neutral are people we don't really know, and we are neutral to them. We don't know anything about them, and we have very few feelings towards these people. So 3 groups. So that's the basis of just noticing that there is a group of loved ones that I often feel attached to, and noticing, how do I feel when I think about them? How do I feel about the people I kind of dislike or feel hostility towards? And how do I feel when I think about people that are neutral to me? That's the first step in this practice of developing equanimity. It's going to be harder, I'm just telling you. Okay, so let's try it. So finding your seat, sitting up tall, spreading the toes. Give yourself a pat on the back for coming to practice this morning. It's hideous. It's like, I wish there was a crash course. And then look at your feet, lift the toes, lift the heels, reminding or noticing the connection to earth. It's so easy to sometimes fly away into anxiety or depression or hopelessness or passion or all these very strong emotions, and kind of losing the connection to the earth. Calm and confident earth. And then maybe bring awareness to the 2 sitting bones. Maybe play with the idea that your left sitting bones is a group of people that you love, that you care for, you feel close and attached. It's the attachment we need to kind of get away with. And then the right sitting bone is a group of people that you dislike, you feel hostility, you want to keep them at the distance. And then neutral in between, people that you feel neutral towards you, and there are very few emotions. So maybe shift from one side to the other, notice the three groups. So closeness, distance, neutral, or closeness, neutral, distance, neutral, closeness, whatever you know works for you. But maybe play with these three groups in your own physical body and notice the emotions that arise when you think or visualize one of the three groups. And this is just learning, this is the first step in the practice of developing equanimity. And then finding your balance or neutral again. Maybe use your fingers to tap on the crown of your head. Allow the crown of the head to rise up and notice how your sitting bones are grounding into the chair, and that allows you to grow a little taller. Spiritually, we're looking for spiritual growth. And then maybe allow or imagine how you drop down to your third eye. Drop down to your third eye. And right now, what does equanimity look like to you or to your third eye? Your third eye is often a little smarter than your regular eyes. So can you find guidance from your third eye when it comes to equanimity? Maybe there's a part of you who knows that there's a better way of dealing with things, and then acknowledging, I'm not there yet. But what is your third eye showing you? Okay, and then place the hands on your knees and then starting the cat-cow movement, reminding yourself that this is a practice. It's not something that we learn in one class. This is a lifelong practice. And some days are going to be hard and some days are going to be easy. And most days are just going to be something in between. Maybe notice how you're breathing as you're moving. How can your breath body and physical body work together as a team? Those are the two first koshas. The first kosha is the physical body. The second kosha is the breath body. So notice those two parts of you and how can they work as a team to support each other. Maybe exhale and round your back and then inhale into a back bend. That's one way of working together as a team. There are other ways. And then eventually finding your way back to neutral. And then look at your hands. Look at your beautiful hands and fingers. And imagine all the actions that these fingers have taken over the years. And we are constantly trying to be more skillful. Skillful action. That's what we're looking for. Skillful action. Clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. And then reach and reach and reach. Notice how the side of your body is opening up. The skin is stretching. Maybe you can imagine how your lungs are opening up, making it easier to breathe. Your feet are helping you to reach. So I'm pushing into one foot and reaching with the other. So that if my connection to earth is good, then it's going to be easier to reach for the universe. And then reach, turn, let the arms go wide. The fingertips are moving away from each other. How wide can you go? How wide can you go? Breathe, look behind you. What did you learn about equanimity in the past? And then release. Lift the shoulders a few times. And then look at your fingers again. Look at those beautiful hands ready to take action. And we're looking to take more skillful action. Like there is a way and then there is a better way, you know? Okay, now clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. Maybe inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. That's one way of breathing. And then reach and reach and reach and reach. And then turn to the other side, let the arms go wide, the fingertips are moving away from each other. Look behind you. And maybe think about who guided you in learning about equanimity in the past. Who guided you? And then release. Lift the shoulders a few times. Okay, now look at your right hand. Now imagine that right group, the group of people that you dislike, and notice how you feel when you think about the people that you dislike. And then pick a color and then draw that picture. Draw that image of the emotions and your feelings and the group of people that you don't like, or a person that you don't like. And then release that picture. And then look at your left hand. And then imagine that group of people that you care for, love, and probably are attached to. So here on the other side, we also have strong emotions of love, care, but also attachment. So think about that group, feel how you, or notice how you feel about this group, pick a color, and then draw that picture. Draw that picture of love, care, and probably some attachment. And then release. And I'll just stay here for a moment in neutral and just imagine the group of people that you don't really know and that you feel neutral towards. So there are very few emotions. Just notice that for a while. And then bring the arms up in cactus and then starting the twisting motion, knowing that we go in between these two extremes, the people that we dislike and the people that we love. And then the neutral ones in the middle. And I think the practice about equanimity is to level or to balance these emotions. And well, let's deal with that next week. Let's just focus on the three groups for now and notice the strong emotions. And then start swimming forward, swimming backwards. And then letting knee and elbow connect, knee and elbow connect. And then crossing the midline, letting the opposite knee and opposite elbow connect. And then working with balance and grit. So allowing the knee and elbow to connect. So maybe imagine that you are connecting with one of the people that you don't really like, and then and all you want to go is you just want to get away. Yeah, so you're going to stay there. You're going to stay there. Breathe. Notice the emotion. Stay a little bit longer than you want, just to practice. And then release. And then imagine a person that you love and care for. Connect to that person and then stay. Notice how you feel. Maybe notice a mix of love, care, and attachment. And then release. And then let's try both. Let's try both. Let's try to connect to both these groups. And maybe mix it or do something so it becomes more neutral. More neutral. And release. Okay. Now, take a wide and stable stance. So 1 foot in the group of people that we dislike, 1 foot in the group of people that we do like. And then let's move in between these two groups. So knowing that most of us, we have these groups within us, and we have very strong emotions attached to each of these groups. So starting with awareness, just notice these three groups, notice the emotions. And with a wide and stable stance, I can afford to really explore this side and then really explore this side. And maybe there are more places to explore. And with a wide and stable stance, I can be curious, explore without falling. Okay, and then imagine how you're jumping your feet together. So jump your feet together and land in Tadasana, mountain posture. Okay, now let's write about it. So look at your toes, spread your toes. Imagine how you're dipping your toes in ink, and then write a story about a person that you dislike. Write a story and all the emotions that you feel when you think about this person. So write a story about the emotions that you feel when you think about this person. And then step out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together. Breathe, lengthen the spine. And then release the hands down, drop the head. Inhale, come back up, and then place the foot on the knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes, open up the toes. And then gently guide that knee out a little wider. Seated pigeon. And then slide the knees together. Whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under. Give yourself a hug. And then remind yourself how much you love yourself. And then from here, find your way to your version of eagle. So your version of seated eagle. And then notice, what does your eagle look like today? Is it a big and bold bird? Is it small? Is it a baby? Is it old? Is it middle-aged? What does your eagle look like today? Just notice, don't judge. And then let that bird reach up high, spread its wings, and then land on top of the next mountain. Okay, now look at your left toe, spread the toes. Imagine that group of people that you love, care for, and probably are attached to. And then dip the toes in ink, and then write a story about all the emotions that you feel when you think about this group of people that you hold close. So write a story about all the emotions that you feel about the people that you hold close. And then step out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together, breathe, lengthen the spine, breathe. And then place one hand on the knee, the other one on the floor. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, look up towards the sky. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale and push both hands into the ground to twist a little deeper, gaining more perspective. And then release down, let the head be heavy. Inhale, come back up. Stay here for a moment. And then place the left hand on the left knee, the right hand on the floor. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, look up towards the sky. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale and push into both hands to twist a little deeper. And then release down, let the head be heavy. Inhale, come back up. And then place the left foot on the right knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes, open up the toes. Gently guide that left knee out wide. And then slide the knees together. Whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under. Give yourself a hug. And then find your way to eagle. Find your way to eagle, or your version of eagle. And then look at that bird again. Does it look the same? Has it changed in any way? Notice, don't judge, just notice, what does your bird look like right now? And then let the wings go up high, spread the wings, and land on top of the next mountain. Okay, look at those beautiful hands, beautiful hands. Bring the hands all the way up, clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. Now, if you want to, imagine your arms like wings. So your arms are wings, the fingers are feathers. And then allow the wings to grow bigger and bigger and spread them out wide, wide. And then go out flying, go out flying. You can go anywhere you want, anywhere you want, anywhere you want. And then let the palms come up and then turn them forward. Inhale, fly up high. Exhale, dive deep. Inhale, come up high. And this time, exhale, dive deep, and then bring the arms behind you. Hold on to the lower arms. Stay there. Now, imagine your arms as wings. And then notice how your wings feel like today. They've been out flying for a long time. They probably sore and bruised. Notice the places that need some extra care. And then imagine your breath as healing water, healing water. And you can bring that healing water to any place that needs healing. Allow yourself to heal your wings. And then release. Shake it out, bring one arm up, bend it, place it at the back of your heart, and then the other hand, place it on top of the other. And now allow yourself to heal your own heart. Allow yourself to heal your own heart. You are the only one that can heal you, no one else. And then release. Okay, now let's build some strength. So bring the feet wide, little like hip distance, and then we're gonna move up, forward and up. So come up to standing, pick a number. I'm gonna pick 10, and then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then shake it out, and then we're gonna do it one more time. So come up to standing, pick the same or a different number. I'll pick 10 again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then shake it out. And then this time transfer the weight forward and come all the way up to standing. And now we're gonna stay standing. Okay, blinking, bubbling stars, all the way up. Clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. And then start a little bit of side bending. And reach, and reach, and reach, and reach. And then let the arms go. And bend the knees, and let the arms go. And you can get off the mat. You don't have to stay on the mat. You can turn around. You can do whatever you want as long as you don't hurt yourself or others. And then the knee connect with elbow. Crossing the midline. And then finding position of power. The power center is solar plexus. And maybe notice where in your body you can feel your power. Maybe take your hand and place it on solar plexus to help yourself to guide you to your power center. Position of power. And then lean and lift. Engaging or waking up the external support. And then lean and balance. Breathe. And then try the other side. Lean and balance. Breathe. And then eventually we get to take skillful action. So we practice, and then we go out in the world and take skillful action. And then we come back and practice some more. Okay, now we're going to push something away to create space for something new. So Dalai Lama is talking about equanimity. So whatever the opposite to you is from equanimity, imagine that, give it a name and push that away. So the opposite of equanimity. So imagine that, maybe give it a color, a shape, or a name, and then push it away, push it away, push it away, push it away. And it's going to do everything it can to creep back in. And it's going to be so hard to resist. And you will give in a little bit. And then you will connect to your power center and push it away, push it away, push it away again. Push it away. And then maybe you have to kick it a little bit to stay away. You really mean it. Stay away, stay away. And the side. And it's going to try to sneak in from behind. And you're going to make sure that this time you're going to stay away. It's going to stay away. And then you have created space for equanimity to replace the fear or whatever it was that caused that opposite of equanimity. Okay, let's celebrate that with 3 sun salutations. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. That was 1. 2 more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. That was 2. 1 more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. And then stay there, holding your own heart with self-love and self-compassion. And then release. Okay, now big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Stepping back to warrior 1. Inhale to chair posture, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, right heel comes off. Take a big step back, finding the earth behind you with the toes and then the heel, creating a wide and stable stance with both hip bones pointing forward. Okay, with that wide and stable stance, I can let my hands come up to create warrior 1. Everything is facing forward. Warrior 1 observes without judgment. Observe without judgment. Blinking, bubbling stars, place your hands in your back pockets. Breathe. And then transfer the weight forward, pick up that back leg. The opposite hand comes off the chair, reach forward. Extend, extend. And then maybe let the knee and elbow connect. And if you want to, you can take the bind. And then release the feet back together. Okay, other side. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back. Create that wide and stable stance. Both hip bones are pointing forward. When you have it, you can release the hands and find your version of Warrior One. Warrior One observes without judgment, just taking in the fact. What is going on, really? Place your hands in your back pockets. If you want to, you can bring your awareness to your heart space. How does your heart feel today? Transfer the weight forward, pick up the back foot. The opposite hand comes off the chair, reach forward, 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 and then connect knee and elbow. Maybe take the bind, if that's helpful to you. And then release the feet back together, bend the knees, and come back up to standing. Okay, inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, right heel comes off. Take a big step back, and this time open up the pelvic halves. Open up the pelvic halves for Warrior Two. So one arm in the past and the other one in the future. And you are right here in the present moment. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. Come back to Warrior Two. Elbow to knee. And move into extended side angle. Come back to Warrior Two. Hands on your hips, positional power. Straighten that front knee. Release the hand down or to the chair for Trikonasana. If you want to, you can slowly let your gaze travel over the floor, wall, and up towards the sky. Maybe let that hand come up. Hand comes down, gaze comes down. Rebend that front knee, finding Warrior Two one more time. Hands on the chair, pick up that back foot, look at your toes. And then let the same hand come off the chair, maybe just an inch off the chair, or maybe all the way up. You decide, you are in charge. You can bend and take the bind here if you want to. And then release the feet back together, bend your knees and come back up to standing. Okay, inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back, open up the pelvic halves for Warrior Two. Okay, one arm in the past, the other one in the future, and you are right here in the present moment. Flip the front hand and reverse the warrior. What did you learn from the past? What did you learn from the past? And then come back to the present moment. And then move into the future. How do you want your future to look like? And then finding your way back to Warrior Two. Hands on your hips, positional power, straighten that front knee. Release the hand down for Trikonasana. Maybe bring the gaze up, maybe let the hand come up. And how can you, one of the blinking, bubbling stars, make that happen? Bring the hand down, bring the gaze down. Rebend the front knee, finding warrior two again, one more time. Back to the present moment. Place the hands on the chair, pick up your back foot, look at your toes. Maybe take the hand off the chair. Maybe let the hand come all the way up. And then find your way back to Tadasana. Okay, now tree posture. So starting in Tadasana, imagine yourself at the top of the mountain posture. Now drop a seed. Notice how the seed starts by growing roots wide and deep, wide and deep. You don't see anything on the surface. It just starts growing a root system. And when you have enough support, you can lean to the left, bring the right heel up, and then start to grow your own tree. It could be a traditional tree posture, or it could be something else. Maybe you want to grow a tree that no one else has seen before. Completely new type of tree. And what does that look like? And then eventually finding your way back to the mountain. Drop a seed. Notice how the roots are, you can't see anything on the surface, but the root system starts to grow out wide and deep, wide and deep. And when you have enough support, bring the left heel up, and then you can start growing your tree. And it might be a completely new species that no one has never seen before. What does your tree look like? And then finding your way back to neutral. Okay. Now, place your feet a little wider than your hips. Spread the toes. Release the knees down, creating that triangle with 4 corners. So it looks like a triangle with 4 corners. And if you continued up, it actually would turn into a triangle. So allowing the toes to open up. Now look at your right thumb. Maybe you think about that group of people that you don't really like. And then pick a color. And maybe there is a way to bring them into that big circle. And then just draw that big circle. Just draw the circle. Maybe play with the idea that there's a way to include them in that big circle. And then maybe give your right heel a little dot of color. And then come back to neutral. Look at your left thumb. Think about the people that you love and care for and keep very close and probably are attached to. Give them a color. Imagine how you can include all of them in the same circle. How can you include all of them in the same circle? Well, just play with the idea that you can include them in the same circle. Just play with the idea that that's possible. And then give your heel a little dot of color. And then look at both thumbs. Put some paint on the thumbs and then draw 2 big circles. Two big circles uniting the 2 groups, And then maybe place your hands in your back pockets, allow the elbows to move closer. Stay. If you want to, you can bring your awareness to your heart space. Breathe. And then release. Untuck the toes, let the knees go wide, big toes to touch, and then hips towards heels, finding child's posture for a few moments. Inhale, come back up. Clasp the hands. Create that stable triangle. It's a triangle with 4 corners. And then tuck the toes. Lean into the support that you just created. Engage the core. Lift the knees off the floor. Walk your feet closer, finding a dolphin posture. And then bend the knees and come back up to standing. Okay, so now let's move on to the seated meditation. So we have about 8-9 minutes to practice seated meditation. I'm going to read again what Dalai Lama is telling us. Okay. When we practice developing equanimity, sometimes it's helpful to use visualization. For example, you can imagine 3 different individuals in front of you. Someone who is very close to you, someone you regard as an enemy and whom you dislike, and then someone who is completely neutral and to whom you feel indifferent. Then let your natural emotions and thoughts arise in relation to these 3 individuals. Once you're able to allow your natural feelings to arise, you will notice that towards the loved one, you feel a sense of closeness and also great attachment. Towards the person you dislike, you may feel hostility and a sense of distance. And that towards the individual who is neutral, you will hardly feel any emotion at all. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to be quiet, sit up tall, and we're going to do a seated meditation for about 7-8 minutes. So here we go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, move your head from side to side, take a deep breath in, let it go. But then if you want to, you can place your hands in Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with love and compassion. Maybe bow your head in gratitude for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank your inner guide, your past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on this journey. Open your eyes, raise your gaze, and thank you so much for practicing together this morning. Namaste.